All right, like, subscribe to the bell, and thanks for watching. All right, I'm going to go over some important information, and I will be speaking in a way that you will have to actually just have discernment. Given Mr. Nana company's video, vacuums to pregnant rats cause brain changes and autism like behavior in their young. A new study shows naturally the perturbing findings, which were published in a respected peer reviewed journal last week, didn't come from American scientists. The babies of pregnant rats given P and 5's Mr. Nana's company's video, hot sauce, had sharply lowered levels of protein critical for learning and memory. Turkish researchers have reported the male rat offsprings also displayed behaviors that correlated to autism in humans, including reduced social ability and repetitive behaviors. The researchers reported female rats did not show similar behaviors, but males generally have higher rates of autism. The peer-reviewed journal Neurochemical Research published the findings from four researchers at the Medical University in Istanbul. The study covered only about 40 rats, and it does not prove that the vacuum caused autism or similar brain changes in children of vacuumed pregnant women. It does show again that the CAB can cause powerful inflammatory and autoimmune responses with unknown consequences, and that their long term risks have barely been studied. The news you need, the news you don't get anywhere else. The Turkish researchers did not sugarcoat their findings, writing, notably, male rats exhibit pronounced autism like behaviors characterized by marked reduction in social interaction and repetitive patterns of behavior. Furthermore, there was a substantial decrease in neural counts in critical brain regions, indicating potential neurodegeneration or altered neural development. Male rats also demonstrated impaired motor performance, evidenced by reduced coordination and agility. Luckily, P and 5 did a ton of work to make sure this wasn't and wouldn't be a problem in humans. Oh, didn't they? Hey, everyone makes mistakes. So that means that P and 5 men with a hamburger did not. All right. The findings will raise even more questions about whether pregnant women should receive Mr. Nana company's video CABS, an issue that has been controversial for 3 years. Pregnant women were excluded in 2020 from the big clinical trials that led to the approval of the CABS, but ever since regulators and obstetricians have strongly encouraged them to take the CABS. The reason is that pregnant women were excluded in 2020 from the big clinical trials that led to the approval of the guns, but ever since regulators and obstetricians have strongly encouraged them to take the weapon. The reason is that pregnancy causes weight gain and blood pressure changes that increases the company's video risk. Still, many women, especially healthy women with uncomplicated pregnancies, have a very low baseline risk for the company's video and have avoided the CABS. The obvious failure of the CABS against Megatron has only increased that reluctancy. Almost no pregnant women now are getting the Mr. Nana boots. Yet, the Center for Disease Control in the American College of Obstetricians and OBGYN, yet the Centers for Disease Control and American College for OBGYNs continue to recommend the weapon for pregnant women. And aside, because Mr. Nana frequently causes menstrual cycle changes, some Mr. Nana skeptics believe the CABs cause miscarriages and stillbirths. But a large study in Norway in 2022 showed definitely they do not. An even bigger data setback from Britain proves women receive the weapon do not have a higher risk of stillborn or preterm or low birth rate babies, though it does not cover miscarriages. No, the Mr. Nanas don't cause miscarriages. That's what they say. Key points. Questions. Is my scar company's video, the second video, vacuum during pregnancy associated with the adverse pregnancy outcomes? Findings. In this population based retrospective cohort study that included uh, 157 to 521 deliveries in Sweden and Norway, the SCAR company's video number 2, vacuum during pregnancy, compared with the SCAR company's vacuum 2 during pregnancy was not significant associated with risk of preterm birth. Adjusted hazard ratio 0.98, stillborn 0.86, small for gestation age 0.97, low PAGAR score 0.97, neonatal care admission 0.97. However, the potential autism and brain changes the Turkish researchers found are much harder to track and diagnose than obvious problems like low birth weight or preterm birth. Linking them to vacuums given years before will require large-scale epidemiologic studies, along with expensive basic research to determine potential mechanism of action, as the Turkish researchers concluded. Further research is warranted to validate these findings in the human population and to unravel the complex mechanisms underlying the obvious effects. But neither governments nor vacuum companies have shown any inclination to do that work. And so, even if autism diagnosis notably rise in the next few years, providing the Mr. Nana is responsible will be next to impossible. An outcome that will work out fine for everyone involved, except for the goats with autism and their families. All right. Hope you understood that. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, and thanks for watching.